Hey guys, so I know it's been a long while since I actually uploaded anything at all on my channel. I've been really busy lately, sort of like sorting things out. But yeah, so many things have developed ever since the R5 launch. The A7S III just came out. So in this video, I just want to actually talk about why I'm still choosing the R5 over the A7S III. So the main reason why I'm gonna actually choose the R5, one, of course, because I've actually pre-ordered it and I've actually put down a deposit on it. So there's no turning back on that. That's one. Two, I'm definitely comfortable with the ecosystem. I built myself around so many EF lenses. I've got probably about 11 or so EF lenses. So there's no real point of me sort of like jumping ship now. And I'm so comfortable with the ecosystem, but that doesn't mean that I am not impressed at all with the Sony A7S III, because so far, looking at the specs, looking at the non-overheating issues, I'm definitely impressed with it. I am just a little concerned right now, I mean, with the R5, knowing that there's so many people coming up with reports of it overheating and all that. So my main issue is the fact that as long as this camera, once I have it in my hands, I really want to test it out, but as long as this camera doesn't overheat when I'm actually shooting intermittent videos and photos, I should be okay. So I'm hoping in the best scenario, this is what's going to happen with the R5. Honestly, I've been hearing a lot of reports, even from Gerald Undone. He's been saying sort of like if you've been shooting photos for an hour or so, and then if you go into video mode, it's not going to allow you to shoot any 4K 60 and all that. So it is definitely concerning. But like I said, I'm buying this R5 as a second body. So my main workhorse in photography before this has been my EOS R. So I'm keeping that EOS R. So the R5 will be my other main body, where I'm actually using it for shooting my wedding photos. So I'm a photographer first, so that's the whole reason why I am not too worried about this overheating issues. But that being said, I am definitely concerned. I really want to find out whether or not I can be able to be shooting with this camera even after shooting many pictures. Can I be actually shooting videos with it intermittently? So my style of shooting, even when I'm shooting with my EOS R, is that every single time I'm not using it, I'm always switching it off. So I'm wondering, and I'm hoping that this technique, this way of me working with my EOS R would probably be a bit of a, well, will be something that will help the R5 to not be a camera that's going to heat up on me. I've yet to find out whether that is going to be the case, or whether it's actually going to be fitting into my scheme of working, my workflow. So I'm hoping and praying that with the way I work and with the style of YouTube videos that I'm making, I'm really hoping that this camera, despite its issues with overheating, I'm really hoping that it's not going to overheat on me because of the workflow and the way I'm actually working with my cameras and my specific needs. So I'm definitely a photographer first. So I guess for those of you who are actually doing videos first and you're actually going to do photography second, I cannot agree more with Gerald Undone, and he said that if you're VideoCentric, then this A7S III is definitely a no-brainer. I think anyone who's actually VideoCentric, who needs to do 4K and do 4K reliably, I think they should definitely get an A7S III, especially if you don't have an ecosystem sort of built around you already. So if you're first starting out and you really want to go into professional video, on a hybrid level, then I think that's really okay, But if you're photocentric, I would definitely think very hard not to miss this opportunity to get the R5, because the R5 will still be able to actually offer us more megapixels. And in our line of work where photography is concerned, the megapixels is quite important. Maybe you might not be cropping into the pictures that much, it doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, because we're doing a lot of print work, and through experience, there are definitely times when I do crop into my wedding photos quite a bit. So I definitely need more than 11 megapixels. So that's why I'm still sticking to getting this R5. I think it's essential in my line of business. And number two, I have to get a second body because I've only got the EOS R to work with. My 5D Mark II just sort of like died on me earlier this year. So there's no choices when it comes to upgrading to this camera to me, because I feel that this is definitely the right choice. The only thing is right now, I'm really not happy with how the overheating issue is sort of like glaringly there, you know, so I'm really hoping that the overheating issues, as I mentioned earlier in the video, will not be the main thing that's gonna, you know, bring me and my work, the way I work down with this camera. So I'm really eager to get the camera in my hands. I've paid the full payment, in fact, so I really want to see this camera in my hand to be able to test it. So I hope that I can, you know, use it well and use it in the way that I actually work. So again, I can't emphasize this more. I think the R5 is a perfect camera if you are photocentric. If you are a photographer first and you do videos on the side, then perhaps maybe you can get away with it, because I've been hearing that 4K in 24p can last sort of like there's no time limit or no heating issues, but it's only when you go into the 8K and then when you go into the 4K HQ and all those other high bit rates, then you're going to get a problem. But that being said, I'm definitely not going to let Canon off the hook that easily this time. I really feel that, you know, despite the hype, with all the hype that they've actually been sort of like gathering and doing for this R5, I really felt that they really should have dealt with all these issues before they actually launch this camera, because now it's looking as if Canon is what Sony used to be, because Sony used to be that very iffy camera in my opinion back then with the overheating issues, but now it seems that Sony has actually taken the recipe for Canon, you know, being so successful for so long, and they're using this same recipe that Canon became successful, which is building a camera that's just reliable. So I'm really hoping that, you know, Canon finds a solution, because I've been hearing that there's going to be adapters for it and there's been patents for it, you know, having a RF fan adapter and all that. So I'm hoping that does come out, because if it does manage to sort or at least mitigate most of the issues with this camera, then I can see that this camera is still a very good contender in video. Despite its workarounds, I think that it's still not a dead end for this camera. And also I've been hearing about Tilta coming up with the adapter that goes to the back of the camera itself. So that will be very interesting to see. Again, I mean, I really feel that, you know, Canon should have given this camera to be tested to more people. I feel that there should have been more. I mean, personally, I just feel that there should be more transparency on that side of things. I mean, I definitely applaud them on, you know, being very truthful about the heating issues and giving the time frames of how long you can actually shoot. But that being said, I really feel it's something that they need to sort out. So anyway, that's my quick video. So yeah, I mean, it was really interesting when I actually had my first look at the R5 that day. The build quality was excellent. The best part is that the autofocus, was really quick and really fast. The IBIS works really great. I mean, in that quick, the quick time that I managed to play around with it, I was definitely impressed with those side of things. But of course, you know, because it was a sample unit, I couldn't shoot any 4K, I couldn't shoot any 8K. I wasn't given the chance to actually try any of these modes at all. So it would have been great if they actually were upfront, you know, and sort of like allowed us to use all these modes for us to see for ourselves, you know, the issues that plagues this camera. So I didn't get that chance at all. I didn't get to play around with it that deeply, you know. But yeah, I guess I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So I hope you guys stay tuned to more updates from me. So this is just a quick update. I've been away from posting anything at all because yeah, I've just been busy with the kids. You know, it's the usual, sending the kids to school and all that. School had just sort of like started to resume. Malaysia has opened up its doors again, once again. While not internationally to outsiders that much. I mean, the borders are still pretty much tight, but in terms of everyday business, everything has started back to normal again, but with a very cautious sort of like, if anything happens, then we'll go back to lockdown. So we're really hoping, and we're sort of like really hoping and praying that that doesn't happen, because this whole lockdown thing has affected so many businesses everywhere. I mean, I know so many friends and so many businesses that have literally closed their doors, and it's really a sad time to see such things happening, you know, in our lifetime. So I hope and pray that everybody is safe out there, and I hope you guys are safe out there. So anyway, by the way, just to let you guys know, I'm also selling presets right now. So I'll leave the links of the presets in my description down below. And if you do feel like you want to support this channel, please don't forget to leave us a small contribution on our PayPal, which I've also left in the description. All the gear that I use to record this video is also down in the description. So please, yeah, feel free to have a look. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I guess I don't really have much to say about that, but yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with my R5. So see you guys again, and yeah, I'm hoping to continue uploading more videos.